Hi, welcome to Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. This is your host, Iggy. Yay. Thank you for that. Guys, today we're going to take a look at some figures that were first produced some time ago by MPC and is now being produced and distributed by BMC Toys. And this is the card that the figures came in a plastic bag, and it had this card with it, and it lists them as classic British soldiers. It shows a silhouette of the different poses that you get. Two of them look like they were probably Americans that they cast in red to match the British ones. And I'll show you which those are too. I'll single them out for you. Okay, well, let's take a look at what we got here. In the background, I have the assault on Redoubt 10 at the Siege of Yorktown in 1781. By the way, I read a book that was printed in 1881, and it featured a lot of letters by George Washington. It was very interesting. Washington actually was a lot smarter than I thought he was. It sounds funny for me to be saying that because I'm not the brightest bulb. Anyway, yeah, he was much smarter than Iggy, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what everyone's talking about. That Georgie fella, he was pretty bright if you ask me.
Anyway, here's the assault on Redoubt 10. And it was a double assault that morning on April.
That's all, folks.
What was I saying? It was October 14th, 1781. The Americans and the French attacked simultaneously redoubts 9 and 10. The French attacked redoubt number 9 with 400 men, and the Americans attacked number 10 with 400 men. And as much as this painting makes it look exciting and dramatic, the casualties were rather light. It always seems weird to say that, though. Like, you wouldn't think it was light if you were the one killed. You know, they say, well, there was only 15 guys killed. Well, if you're one of the 15, it's probably going to be a big deal to you. Anyway, this painting is pretty cool, though. It's very dramatic. Probably not the right choice to be showing with my British soldiers. But the only other illustration I had that was big like this was the surrender at the surrender at Yorktown. I had a master teacher when I was in the teaching credential program who said that the French were surrendering because they have a white flag. And I patiently explained to her and to the classroom that the French had a white flag because it was the colors of the House of Orleans, the royal family of France. And she said, everyone knows it's blue, white, and red. And I thought, oh my God. And this woman is the master teacher. Oh God. Anyway, I didn't last long. I got my credential and that was it. I never became a teacher. I probably would suck anyway, so it's probably best that I didn't do it. Anyway, what we have here is 3 flag bearers. The flag, of course, is rather reduced in size. Almost as probably the size of a Confederate battle flag. But a little small for a British flag. It has 3 mounted officers. They're all the same pose, of course. Then my favorite figures are these here, the firing line. It comes with 4 kneeling and 3 standing, and they are the better sculpted figures in the bunch. If you're looking to create a diorama and need figures in the background, this would be a good choice. Now, personally, I like the Accurate British soldiers by Accurate. I like those quite well, and I have quite a number of those, but these would be okay for the background. Now, I did have a set of these back in the 1980s, I guess it was, or maybe it was 1990s. I bought a pirate play set, and it came with these figures. Came with 2 pirate boats and pirates, plus these British figures. Now I'm going to show you a figure that I think is mildly obscene. I don't know why. After I look at it, I laugh. I probably shouldn't even show it to you. It's so goofy. Can you please tell me what that is sticking out of the side of his head? Now, I know it's supposed to be the tail of the raccoon hat, but that looks like the dumbest. Look how. I gotta stop. I'm sorry, guys, but that. And what's in his hand? I suppose that's supposed to be a powder horn, but it looks like this guy is got marital AIDS or something. It's terrible. Then there's another guy that's supposed to be holding a pitchfork, and it looks like he's got a giant fork. There's so much flash on it. You can't tell what it is. Let me see. There's another one. Someone that, oh yeah, here it is. It's over here. It doesn't have as much flash on it. And you see it looks like a fork, and well, a pitchfork. It has 4 tines, doesn't it? But maybe the 18th century version only had 3. I don't know. I didn't look that up. But it looks like you're supposed to use that to stab shrimp or something. I don't know. It's just a weird pose. This one is really weird. He's holding. I couldn't figure out what he was holding for the long, because my eyes aren't very. In fact, my eyes are clouding up on me right now. I hope this is clear for you. I thought he was holding a stick, and then I thought, well, maybe it's a ramrod, but it's too short for that. And then I realized that he's holding a bayonet, and the way he's holding is not how you would hold the bayonet. And also, this is not how you would put the bayonet on the rifle. You'd be standing up. It's a socket bayonet, so you would slip the end of it over the gun tube, push it down, and twist it to lock it into place. And you probably would not do that in a kneeling position like this. You know, they would tell you to fix bayonets, and you would more than likely be standing when they told you to fix bayonets. So I don't know about that pose. It's kind of strange. And then there's another pose where it looks like he's holding a broom instead of a rifle. What did I do with it? It has a whole, it has a whole bunch of flash on it. Look at all the flash on this rifle. I thought that was a broom or something. That's a lot of flash. Now, I have a picture of my grandfather taken during World War II, and it looks like he's holding a broom. I said, oh, Grandpa did his bit. But he was in the National Guard during World War II, and he was holding a Springfield rifle, and it was facing with the top part of the rifle facing towards the camera. So it looks like he's holding a broom. And it took me a while to realize that he was actually holding a Springfield. And when we were kids, we used to play with that Springfield rifle. I imagine now that someone would call the police, but we'd play army with it. I'm not sure what happened to it because it got stolen out of our garage. I have a suspicion of who did it, but you can't arrest someone for a suspicion. Anyway, that was the end of the Springfield rifle. The picture showed my grandfather in a Brody-style helmet, so it was probably taken in early 1942. Now, all of my grandfather's sons, with the exception of the oldest son, served in the military. My uncle Nevin was in the Army Air Force, and my uncle Orville was in the Navy, and my father was in the Army. Well, I can't really give you an enthusiastic thumbs up on these figures, although I do like the firing line. They're not bad and would make a good addition to whatever diorama you're making. They are on the smallish side, though. They're only 2 inches tall. On here it says that they're 140 scale, so that makes them about 2 inches tall. So a 132 scale figure is 2.5 inches. So you have to keep that in mind. If you put them side by side, these would look like children. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you on these BMC, or rather MPC, made by BMC and distributed by them. I want to thank you for coming along for another episode of Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. Make sure you smash that like button and maybe hit the subscribe button while you're at it so you can keep abreast of what we're doing here. And as always, I always end the video with us going someplace to have lunch. And yesterday, I think we went to Bob's Big Boy. And today we're going to go to a place that was rather famous for about 4 decades before it disappeared. And that's this restaurant here. It was called the Brown Derby. They had several different locations. This is the one that I always think of. It was on Wilshire Boulevard and was shaped like a giant brown derby. Now, of course, the entire restaurant was not enclosed in here. You can see the other end of the restaurant over here. The Cobb salad was invented by a fellow who worked at the Brown Derby. His name was Cobb, of course. And he made Sid Grauman of Grauman's Chinese Theater fame. Had dental work done and he needed something soft to eat, so Cobb threw a salad together of finely chopped ingredients, which included avocado, egg, bacon, turkey. So everything was very finely chopped, blue cheese, everything, and they called it the Cobb salad. There was several other locations. I went to lunch here with my dad in 1975, and in 1980, this place closed up, and that was the end of it. And I don't think they destroyed this, but I think they moved it to another location. And they may have taken this sign off of the top. This is another place that I used to go by every day on my way to work. And I always wanted to go here. And I finally decided to take my wife down here to go get a hot dog at this place, and I drive up and it's gone. And I asked someone who was standing near there, I said, "What happened to the tail of the pup?" And he said, "Oh, they tore it down a couple months ago." So all those years of me wanting to go to this place, and I never got to do it because, well, I waited too long. So I guess we can't go there for, well, I mean, since we're fantasizing, we can go anywhere we want for lunch, right? So why not? If you don't want a Cobb salad, we can go get a hot dog. How's it sound, guys? All right, that's all I got for you this time. I want to thank you for coming along and getting Iggy with it, and I'll see you next time. For some reason, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, yeah, I was going to tell you the assault on Redoubt 10 was led by a colonel whose picture I carry with me in my wallet. And let me show you. Alexander Hamilton. How do you like that? He looks like a lot like this guy that I knew in high school named Mark. And Mark was a really good artist. And he looked a lot like this. Anyway, that's all I've got for you this time, guys. Take care. I'll see you soon.